guys, I'm so sorry. I actually ended the live, right, to call my friend, and he texted me. Um, he said he's making food, he'll try and call me back, and I was like, no. I said, take your time, I'm doing a live video. So I thought I'd jump back. So I actually ended the live to do the phone call, and I should have just stayed on live. The only reason why I call, because usually, right, if I'm out late, I always, like, I always talk to someone on my way home, right? So I want him to know that's the ordinary for me. I don't want him to think, oh, Tanya's will call me back. Maybe she's walking home. Like, maybe she will text me. I always call people instead of texting. So I'm just setting that standard straight. That means if anything happened to me, people would be like, nah, Tanya always calls. She doesn't just text. Um, but yeah, guys, I'm trying to walk in the road and all these cars are just coming out of nowhere. Um, Thank you for the like. Yeah, so I want to talk about sins, right? Yeah, I want to talk about sins because I feel like this topic is very important. And obviously I'm struggling to deliver the message because I'm out and about. But there's another car. I can't walk in the pavement because of poo. Hi, ASN, Mr. Spacenaut. How are you, Mr. Spacenaut? How are you doing? Okay, my friend texted me, asked me if I got home safe. I'm still walking. I might get like a little ready-made meal at this shop. They do like fish and chips with mushy peas. They're doing like a little frozen meal. I might just buy that and I'll have it tonight. I should have got pizza as well from Tesco. I already bought one before, but I had pizza yesterday. But I like to have pizza as a backup meal. Why are you out late again? I know, I shouldn't be out late again. You know what it is? I was with someone and usually this time it's usually light outside. We're out till late and then I realised I still need to go to Tesco so I can go home straight away. Yes, I'm back now, AP. They didn't even answer the phone. They was like, they said they'll call me in a bit. They said they're just making food. And I was like, all right. I said, don't, no, I said, take your time. I said, I'm going to do a live video. So take your time. Um, oh, guys. I don't usually do this late night walking, guys. So just forgive me on this occasion. I'm nearly home anyway. Home. I need to pick up a meal from this shop because they do like little frozen meals. I'm tired of spending money, but yeah, I'll just have it for dinner tonight. I'll just whip it in the oven. Hi Gabby, how are you? If my friend's in this shop, I can't talk, guys. So bear with me. You know what? I used to be so good at doing live videos. I used to do live videos and it wouldn't be any interruptions. Now I literally take you guys on my shopping journey. 1 second. Are you okay? Time. Yeah. Time. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I'm in the shop. Why is my screen so funny? The brightness is turned down. Look like you're doing good, Gabby. Guys, bear with me. I'm just out shopping. I've got this meal. Guys, frozen meal. So it's got the fish and chips with mushy peas. I'm gonna have that tonight because I don't have that energy to cook. Bear with me. Guys, I am back. I can finally talk now. So I'm heading back home now. So I got my meal. Um, yeah. ASN, you're right. Zero survivability. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm out late. It was not planned. It was not planned, guys. Um, yeah. So sins, right? Sins are basically anything that's written in the Bible that we shouldn't be doing, right? God doesn't approve of sins, just so you know. Christianity likes to tell people that you're not perfect. They all say you're not perfect, but in the Bible it tells you need to be perfect like God, right? You need to be holy like God. Following the commandments is what keeps you holy, by the way. I found that out in the Bible. So if you want to be holy, you have to follow the commandments, right? That's the only way to be redeemed as holy. So you guys know. I cannot, for the love of me, cross this road. Yeah, so following the commandments is what will keep you holy. And that's why a lot of people struggle, because when you're trying to do things in your flesh, people struggle. But if you're a believer of God, right, I would say in your struggle with sin, I would say keep seeking God's word. So keep reading the Bible. Keep praying to God as well. God understands us. He understands us. He knows what we are dealing with. He knows that we are dealing with a lot of spiritual stuff. He knows that sometimes we'll be in our flesh, right? And sometimes you get tempted in your flesh. You're like, you know what? Why not try this? Why not do that? And I totally get it. But we need to, when you realise, right, when you really, because I'm trying to do is I read my Bible when I get up now. I never used to do that. I used to just read it at night. But as soon as I get up and I go to the toilet and then jump back into bed, I literally just grab from my Bible, right, and I'm like, yes, let's read my Bible, right? And I'm currently on the part where Judas hangs himself. Because Judas betrayed Jesus, right? And I feel like he couldn't bear with the guilt of what he did. He was carrying this huge weight. I mean, obviously when it was leading up to the betrayal, he didn't mind. But I think when he saw what was happening and how... It's kind of that thing, like Jesus was like telling them that this is what's going to happen, you're going to all deny me, right? And you see his words come to light. I think that's what it is. You realise, you're like, oh my God. So I was so shocked. The I think it's 3 silver pieces that he got for betraying Jesus. He tries to return it back. And then they wasn't having any of it when he tried to return it back. And in the end, he hung himself. I was so sorry. That was so brutal to read. I was like, oh my gosh. But Jesus didn't get killed at that point. It was probably leading up to the time. You got discipline. I need to follow your example. Do you know what, AP? Like, I am still sinning, right? When I say I'm still sinning, it's like easily led, right? But at the same time, I know it's wrong, right? So it's like I try and tell people like that in my circle. I'm like, look, I don't want to engage in this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this, right? I do let them know. But then when you see people crossing your boundaries, you know you need to switch lanes, right? And the thing is, like, maybe this is what makes my videos interesting, because I do sometimes try and go by my experiences as well. I do try my best. Things I learn on my journey, I do try and incorporate. I can't say the words. Incorporate. Okay. Do you know what? You guys know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to bring it in. I can't say the words. You guys know what I'm trying to say, right? But yeah. But you have to have discipline, I think. And the thing is, the discipline doesn't come from me. It comes from the Holy Spirit, because there ain't no way I'll be able to do some of these things, right? It's the fear. It's the fear of, knowing the consequences of what's to come, right? When you read the Bible and you see, oh my gosh, this is what happens to this person when they do this sin, right? You start to fear God. You're thinking, I don't want this to happen to me, right? That's where the discipline comes in, because you're like, right, I've got to be more strong-minded. And as I said, like, most of these things it's the Holy Spirit, especially when the Holy Spirit delivers you from a sin. I got delivered from lust, guys. I got delivered from lust. And the things that used to appeal to me, they don't appetize me anymore. Like, I can look at the things that, I'm not saying to look at the things, I don't mean that. Obviously you have to walk away from the stuff, but if someone was to tempt me with the things that, gosh, guys, I only got one over. Whoa. You can't even cross the road now. People driving like that. Guys, I was in shock. I couldn't even turn the camera around. He literally blew me away with his car. That's why animals get run over, because how the hell is a cat meant to run out the way in time? Sad. That's pretty sad. And actually, because if they hit somebody, right, say if they hit me, there's no way I would have survived that, because of the speed that they're going at. And you know the crazy thing is, they will keep on driving, they won't stop, just so you know. They will just leave me flat on the ground. That's wrong. Yeah, but back to discipline, like, I believe it's the Holy Spirit that does it. So I got delivered from lust, guys, and I just like, the things, if someone tried to take me back to the old things, it doesn't appeal to me anymore. I don't find it stimulating, is that the right word to use? Yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me. I don't think, oh wow, it actually makes me want to vomit. It actually makes me want to vomit. I might have been joking. Guys, you know what? Even though, like, on my Instagram and stuff, I post up things about God, I had, like, guys trying to send me dick pics, and I was like, are you actually for real? Like, oh, I've got a dog. Keep that dog on that lead, please. Because, guys, let me just pay attention to my surroundings. It takes a strong person to not get tempted easily. It actually I actually feel repulsed by it, guys. It actually makes me feel sick. I actually love the fact that I get delivered from some of these things, because it's like, I don't know if people feel good about sleeping around and stuff with random partners. It's just disgusting. I mean, each to your own, but I just find it disgusting. You're just dashing at your body. You're connecting your body with so many different souls, right? You don't even know if the person's a demon, for one, right? You don't even know if the person believes in God. You're probably sleeping with someone that actually hates God, and if you heard their mouth when they talk on a day-to-day basis, you feel repulsed by it. You know, when you see some people talk and the disgusting things they say, they're like, oh, I hate Jesus and stuff like that, right? Or they could be racist as well. And you're sleeping with them. Like, some people don't even know what people are really like and they sleep with them, right? They don't know the real them, right? You see some characters when they're drunk or done drugs, man. You see some characters, man. And you're just like, wow, you are a hell of a demon. Um, 1 second, guys, I'm be quiet. So just walking past the house. The lady that passed away, so I'm just trying to be quiet, just to show respect. So AP said alcohol will always bring the real out of anyone. Yeah, sometimes it's demons as well, though. Yeah, it can bring out the real as well, but sometimes it's like the demons start possessing you. That's why I don't like to get drunk. Alcohol makes me more argumentative, to be honest. Yeah, I watched an amazing video on that. It talks about how alcohol was created by Freemasons. The Freemasons rule alcohol apparently. I don't know how true this is. So they put a lot of demon spirits in the actual alcohol to possess people, by the way. Because a lot of these people that are rich, they do like witchcraft and stuff like that. So when people are indigesting things like that, they've got all the spirits coming inside them. That's been actually inserted into the drinks. It's funny how I didn't remember that the other day when I was drinking. Yeah, but this is the thing, like if I'm with people and they want to drink, I'm stupid because I should say no. I need to learn to be strong like that. Because I don't feel like, with me in drink, I don't feel like it's something really bad, but it is bad. So I need to teach myself that. You still see me? Yeah. I need to teach myself that. So that's what it is, like to walk away from sins and stuff. When you start educating yourself on stuff and teaching yourself, look, this is wrong, that's how you get the strong discipline sometimes. It depends on the individual person. That's what they call alcohol spirits, yes, so literally. And they put something in it, I think. I don't know much about it though. 1 second, guys. I hope no cat runs out on me. Guys, I'm hoping that no cat runs out on me because I'm scared. I'm just looking out for the cat. I can't see any. But yeah, is that why drink is called spirits? Yeah. And there's also the word jinx as well. Jinx is meant to be linked to something to do. I need to watch that video again. I need to watch it so I can give you guys the information. But the word jinx is meant to be linked to it as well. But I can't remember what jinx means. I can't remember. That's literally sarcastic for me, home sweet home. Not really. Guys, just bear with me a few minutes. Yeah, so alcohol, right? Um, when you consume alcohol, your your body um, gets possessed by demons. That's why when people become drunk, they're most likely to rape or do crazy things. And a lot of people tend to kill when they're drunk as well, or they're reckless. They're really reckless with their life because the spirits have consumed their bodies. Um, that's why when people do That's why when police arrest people, right, and they do something outrageous, police always have to do tests on them to see if they've got any influence of drugs, any alcohol, because even police know that people do become possessed by these things because, as I said, like, the rich people are the ones that are creating these things and actually putting their witchcraft into the alcohol, into the drugs and these things, and they know that it's consuming people's bodies. That's why you see a lot of people, when the people are functioning like a demon, if you look at them, they've got addictions, they've got addiction problems. It could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be anything like that. And a lot of people don't realize is that spirits are real, and a lot of people, right, if you notice, they become addicted to these things because they need to feed the spirit that is inside them. So when they become possessed by these demons, the demon says, have more of these drugs, have more of these things, and they become addicted because they have to feed that demon spirit that's living inside them. That's why these things happen, which is crazy, guys. It's actually crazy. Um, that's why the Bible tells you to be sober minded, right? To be sober minded. Um, yes, AEP. Yes, AEP. That's why you see when people like get into a relationship, and if you notice, right, if someone is addicted to like cigarettes, to alcohol, to drugs, the relationship crashes because you're trying to have a relationship with actually someone that's possessed by a demon, and you can't connect with a demon. You can't. You can connect with human beings, but you can't connect with a fallen angel spirit that Satan is working through, because that person will wreck your life completely. That's where you always see like people that are on addictions are usually single, because nobody wants to tolerate that. So guys, tonight I'm having this because um obviously I can't really cook at set times in my house, so I'm having this meal, which is like quick and easy, just put it in the oven. Oh, Angry as Hellfish is here. How are you? It's Mr. Fishy Bones. How are you doing? Thank you for coming back to my live. AP said real talk. Obviously, people feel like they can be in control of these spirits. People always go, "Oh, I can have a bit to drink, I'll be fine." But you know, if the devil wants a plan to happen, he's most likely to achieve it through someone that is consuming those things. So, if the devil wants someone to be raped, for example, he will get a man drunk so that he will rape the woman. So he will become delusional. He'll think, "Oh, this woman wants me. Let me sleep with her," and she's like, "No," and he rapes her. That's how it happens. God hates these things. When you read the Bible, you'll see God hates most of these sexual sins, most of these sins that the devil's getting people to do when he gets them to consume the things. A lot of people take drugs and then commit suicide, but people don't realize it's a spirit that's making them commit suicide. It's a real thing. Guys, give me 1 second. Guys, you can see my t-shirt now. It says fierce. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Oh, you said show that dinner again. Was that your brother? The fish. Yeah, this is your brother. Angry as hellfish. This is your brother. That's funny. Guys, give me 5 minutes to get all my stuff put away, and then I'll be able to talk to you all. Maybe 1 second, guys. Yeah, so obviously, guys, as you guys know, right, I do live in a toxic household where it's battle for me to get the kitchen. So I came home at what time and he's still occupying the kitchen. So that's why I couldn't speak to you guys properly because he was in the kitchen. Yeah, so he likes to hog it as a power and coercive control. He's a alcoholic as well, so it makes sense why demons are working through people. So I am aware of these things. Yeah, 1 second, guys. I hope said there's a fish in the chat too. 1 second, guys. I will get back to you in a bit. Minutes. Yeah, guys, I can talk now. My food is in the oven, so the fish guy. This is what I'm having. Right, you want to see your brother? It's so hard when if you guys write more than one comment. It is a bit hard if one person's writing a lot of messages in one go. So bear with me. I'm doing good, thank you. Angry as hellfish. Oh, you said your dead brother. Sorry, I didn't even realise you said dead brother. I do apologise. Charlotte Dinnigan, was that my brother? No, why did you kill my brother? His name was Bob. Hi, Fie. AP says, shake my head. AP, you know what? Like, I feel like I don't like to talk about it on here because the person wants the limelight, right? It's with some people, they like the attention on them, especially if you're talking about them on a live platform, and the public one, they like it because they feel important, right? But what they don't realise is your life is wasted when you're causing harm to others, right? Poor Bob. I said poor Bob. Yeah, you're causing harm to others. And this is why we should not be walking in sins, because when we're walking in sins, we're being like the unbelievers, the people that are evil. Why would you want to be like them? Is a question, right? So we need to be mindful of those things. I'm not expecting you guys to be perfect, but I'm just saying, right? And it applies to myself as well. Yeah, but last night was so fun, guys. I actually had a lot of fun. It was nice to have a laugh, right? I think that's probably why people go to those addictions because they want to have a laugh. But you can do it sober as well, just so you guys know. You can do it sober. Um, yeah, you don't have to go to these things to have fun. And I understand, like, some people want to still drink alcohol, and I'm not here to judge because, guys, you know what I was doing yesterday. Um, but usually I don't drink, right? I don't drink. But there's a reason why people give people a drink, right? If a man wants to do something with a woman and he's under the influence of Satan, he will offer that woman a drink, whether he smokes a drink. But they already know that there's something in that naturally demons already know that the rich people have put something in the alcohol anyway. They've put the spirits in there. So when the man that wants his way with the woman, they always wanna give you a drink to loosen you up, so the spirits can start working inside you, right? And then they can have their way with you. That's why if you notice, like men, if they come across a strong woman, if she's drinking one drink, they'll try and give her another one because they're like, wait, this drink is not even working. Let's give her another one. Let's block her mind with the drink. And people trick us and they say, oh, it's about getting drunk, you know, this is what it's doing, but it's actually spirits working through you. Um, yeah, and then the devil will send somebody attracted to you, and you're like, oh yeah, I like this person. Guys, that's how I met. That's how I met a guy that was sent by the devil. That's how I met him because I was drunk, and then he was looking at me for ages, right? And his eyes was burning through me. I've talked to him before, and when I looked, I just saw marriage, kids, everything with this guy, and he was not interested in that with me, right? But I was so blinded by it. I was like, yeah, this is the one because I had the flashes in my head. So I don't know how I got those flashes in my head. It could have been spirits putting that in my mind and saying, yeah, that's the guy for you. And clearly it wasn't, right? Even up until this day, when I speak to this guy, right, he's in his 30s, and even up until this day, he will still say he's not looking for a relationship with any woman, but he's stringing them all along. I've seen alcohol make people do the craziest things. Yes, yes. Trust me. And you know what, guys? Weed is another one. Weed, when people smoke weed, it's another one. There's apparently weed. What I've heard online is weed is actually witchcraft on the brain. So I've never smoked weed in my life, so I don't know what it actually does to people. But I know that it doesn't work with everyone. Alcohol has no place. Alcohol has no place in the modern world. We need to get rid of alcohol. We really need to get rid of alcohol. It's very dangerous. You always hear about people getting their drinks spiked, right? And this is not just by a stranger. There's some people that they go out with friends or they go to a friend's house and they get spiked. Guys, if anyone's watched Coronation Street, right, this is a very old episode and it's a very trigger warning one, right? Yeah, there was a guy in Coronation Street and he made friends with another guy, right? So he was getting close to him, right? And the guy spiked his drink and he did something to him, right? I'm not gonna go into it. You guys use your imagination, right? And when he woke up from it, he realized that he got, you know, and it was challenging because as a male, when men get sexually assaulted, right? Um, your pride and everything, right? You don't want to talk about it because it's a bit shame, isn't it? It's like you're a man. That should never happen to you, right? I'm not saying that it shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, from a male's perspective, it's like you're used to being the protector to protect women and children. So when something like happens to you, you're supposed to be able to fight them, right? So what happened was it was eating away at him for ages. He wouldn't tell nobody, and I can't remember how he eventually let it out, but he confided in someone, and then they had to take the guy to prison for it. But it was hard to prove it. It was very hard to prove it. But I think what happened was there was another person that he did something to, and it kind of linked or something. But there's people out there that are crazy. Yeah, you know, you don't know what people are spiritually possessed with. Is what I'm trying to say. You don't know what influence that they're running under when they're coming into contact with you. Um, One second, guys. Someone's coming in the kitchen. Guys, sorry, some people come home at this time in my house, so I don't know. They may come in the kitchen. Um, VA said to overcome sin, you have to be serious about your walk with God. Yeah, you can't play with the devil. The devil is more powerful than us. Only God can protect you. I've got something to say to that, VA, because I'm so glad that you said that. I'm definitely going to add more to that. AP said, I've seen a man climb a roof and fall off. Did he live? I've seen a man climb on a roof and fall off it and live because of alcohol. That is crazy. Um, there's a story similar to that, actually. Um, one second, guys. Yeah, so I remember I read like, oh my gosh, I read this news article ages ago. This is years back. This is probably like over 10 years ago, or probably 20 years, no, not 20 years ago. It was so long ago. In my town, right? Okay, so basically there was two guys. A guy got kicked out of a nightclub, right? And he was trying to get back into the club, but through the back way. I don't know how that works, right? So he was trying to, oh, the cat scared me. He was trying to get him through the back way, but what happened was he had beef with another guy. So the guy he had beef with came and followed him. So they were fighting on top of the dustbins, and then they died in the end. So they actually fell. Um, they actually fell off the bins and fell down like far onto the railway tracks, you know. Um, and then I don't know if they would have been unconscious or whatever, but in the morning, obviously then, that was in, the AM when it was like still nightclub hours. In the morning, a train ran over them, so they both died. So I don't know if they were unconscious. So nobody knew that they would have fell because obviously the guy that came to fight him obviously took him with him. It's crazy. Um, bear with me 1 second, guys. Yeah, so let's talk about Fiye's comment, right? So Fiye said, to overcome sin, you have to be serious about your walk with God, right? So what Fiye is talking about is your mind. Um, I feel like, in terms of that, right? 1 second, guys. Yeah, so the thing, okay, there's so many layers to this VA. I hope it's a damn a moment, man. That literally scarred me reading that when I read it back in time. Um, so there's a lot of layers to this VA because obviously with a lot of people, some people love God, right? They love God, but they probably haven't read the Bible, right? Because this is the thing. This is why believers need to read the Bible. It's so important, and I'm still in the process of reading it, so I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. But to overcome sin, you have to be serious about your walk with God. It's a different path for everybody. Some people may be raised in a place where they're raised with a family that's lukewarm Christians where you can sin, right? Because Christianity tells people that you can sin. They tell you that as long as you believe in Jesus Christ, you'll be forgiven for your sins. So they're not telling you about the consequence of sin. They're not telling you how God hates sinners. They're not telling you the truth. They're just saying all you need to do is believe. But the Bible tells you faith without works is dead. So you have to put the work in, right? Um, but a lot of Christians would disagree with what I've just said. But you've got to repent. You've got to do a lot of things. It's not just about, oh, he's going to forgive me. As long as I believe in him, I will go to heaven. So many people believe in him, but their lifestyle doesn't reflect the life that Jesus wanted us to live. Right? You can tell by, you can tell by a person. What is it? The fruits. You can tell a person by the trees or the fruits or something like that. So basically, you can tell the spirits of someone by the lifestyle they're living. Um, so VA is right. You have to be serious about your walk with God. So I would say if you are someone that is sinning, you probably just need to read the Word of God and just get to know that instead of someone telling you. you can't play with the devil. You really can't play with the devil. The devil is actually not more powerful than us. And I'm going to tell you why, VA. We think the devil is powerful, right? But I watched an amazing video that said, it said that God gave dominion to humans. He gave dominion to us. That means we have power and authority. So things don't happen unless we give it authority to happen. So say, for example, say if Satan wanted me to kill somebody, for example, right? If I say that I don't want to kill anybody, right? Satan can't use me because I'm strong. I don't want to kill anybody. That's not in me. But if somebody that is weak-minded here, and Satan gives them the mind to say, you know, because Satan comes in your mind. If Satan tells you, go and shoot that person, right, and you're having a stressful life, all the demons are coming to attack you, right, and they're getting arguing with you, family members or whatever, you might think, you know what, I might as well just go and shoot people up. And then that's how it happens, because it can't happen. Evil can't happen unless the humans give authority to it, because humans have been given dominion by God. God's given the power to us. So you remember, the devil and demons are just spirits. We can't physically see them, but they need to come into a body to work. So if you give them the authority to take over your life, and you're drinking or whatever and you're smoking, you're giving the devil that permission to make demons possess you, right? And you can guarantee a lot of people that commit suicide, they are over depressed, or they could be under the influence of drugs or something. A lot of people tend to commit suicide by overdose, a lot of things like that. So those things are feeding them and telling them what to do. You're being baptized. Judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Oh, thank you, AP. Let me pin that, because I need to memorize these. I'm probably going to forget it again. Judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Yes. Angry as Elfish said, never listened again. Right, I'm going to put away my shopping, guys. Yeah, this is my t-shirt that I got from my workplace where I used to work, and I never really worn it. If I was to buy this t-shirt again, I wouldn't. A top saying fierce, but yeah, I just thought it was cool at the time. I just thought I could wear it with jeans. Yeah. Thank you for the emojis, guys. Right. So guys, this is what I brought from Tesco, right? So I got this bag. It was so expensive, right? £2 something. It's a mini treat bag. Like treats, no twirls, crunchy, fudge, dairy milk buttons, Freddos, 2 packs of dairy. There's not really much in here. Yeah. It's £2.50, I think. Not really worth the money. It's not really worth the money, but it doesn't matter. I just bought it, right? Lee said, so glad you're back. Thank you, Lee. Lee, you was from last night, right? AP said, I want one. You actually want one, AP. You can't have one. You got to be good. And then biscuits, guys, because tomorrow, Saturday, I'm staying at home, Sabbath, but it's Sabbath now, so I'm stepping at home. I'm not going out, because if I go out, I don't know how I'm going to not spend money, right? It's not that I can't control myself. If you go out, there's a chance that you might need to buy something. If you're thirsty or whatever, you might have to buy. Oh, I've got a drink. I've got a drink in my bag. I'm going to drink it now. Guys, I got myself another KA drink, and don't worry, there's no alcohol in it. Oh, Angry's House of Biscuits, give me. Which one would you pick? The chocolate ones or the plain digestives? Can I get a mod, by the way? I haven't given anyone a mod yet. Haven't given anyone a mod yet. If my channel ends up blowing up, where I get so many people on here, I might have to give you a mod. I feel like there's other people I'd want to give mod first though, because there's a lot of loyal people on here. Which one do you like? Oh my gosh, it's so fizzy. Well, not too fizzy. Lee said chocolate. Lee, was that the first time you was on my live last night? Oh, everyone's saying chocolate. Guys, I'll give you one. I'll send you. Gimme, 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 gimme what I want. Gimme what I want. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme what I want. Thank you for the emojis, guys. Do you remember last night? Oh my gosh. For anyone that doesn't know, last night we had a party, guys, on my live. We had a massive party, and I actually reached 14 likes, guys. I actually achieved 14 likes. That's so funny. I was like, get in! Chocolate digestives are the gold, though. Oh, you like chocolate digestive? Where do you live? Angry as hellfish. You live in the sea? I'll throw it into the sea for you. Give me what I want. Oh, I need to text my friend that I'm home. 1 second, guys. Damn it, I forgot. 1 second, guys. Last night you was good. You were so happy. Yes. 1 second. I will get back to you guys. Let me just text my friend so they know that I'm home. Guys, last night you was good. You were so, yeah, I was really happy last night. That was so funny. It was really hilarious. And Griselle said, thought you was for real. Oh shit, what about this? I'm gonna have to hide this in the fridge. I have to wrap it up because if he gets hold of this, I'm doomed because he can easily open it up. Yeah, he can easily open it up. Let me just get something to wrap it up in now, guys. So my food is left on 12, I got 12 minutes left, so 12 minutes and I'm going to be eating. 12 minutes or so. Yeah, so we were talking about sins, wasn't we, guys? And VA made some really good comments, so I think you have to be serious. What VA said is you have to be serious about your walk with God. You have to be serious. In order for that change to happen, you do need to be serious. She's right. There's, you know, when people live life seriously, when you're serious about your goals, you live intentionally. That's when you're serious. If for example, if I got into a relationship with someone and I was serious about my relationship, you would have open conversations. You would, you know, move mountains to make that relationship work. When you're serious, when you're intentional about what you want in life, it's a different kind of movement because you know why you're doing it. So we have to think about these things, guys. We have to, if you're serious about God, Jesus said, if you love me, you keep my commandments. That's why when religious people are saying, oh, as long as you have faith in Jesus, you will be saved, they don't understand that you also need to honour the commandments as well. It's not just about being saved. It's about actually your lifestyle should reflect it. And like what Apu recited the phrase for me, the Bible verse, because I couldn't remember it. Judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Yes, right. Thank you for that, AP. But definitely, you have to, even if you don't make the decision to be serious with God, trust me, when you start praying to Him, when you start reading the Bible, that will come. Trust me, it will come. The transformation will come. For me, attending my church, when I attended my church, there was a new growth for me because I was getting the Word of God into my brain when they was preaching about it. So the change was occurring. I need to get back into my church actually because it was really uplifting. It was changing my life. I can't see it. If anyone's actually commenting, I can't see any new comments. Oh, there's a new comment by Lee. Lee, are you a believer? Do you know what, guys? All people are welcome to my channel, to be honest. You don't have to be a believer to be here, by the way. But I always, like, when people come on, I forget, I always forget who's a believer and who isn't. Just last Christmas. Oh, is that all the Christmas? Oh, please don't talk about Christmas. Oh my God. I don't want to think about Christmas. It's nearly here, isn't it? Christmas is nearly here. So guys, if I'm so quiet, I'm just like winding down, even though I'm probably going to get woken up again because my schedule is so out of whack. Oh my gosh, guys. But like, even though my schedule is like this, like, I still want to do these videos. I feel like it's very important that we talk about these things because if you don't have these conversations, right, how is change going to happen? How is change going to occur, right? If we don't talk about like sins and stuff like that, how is it going to happen? If you think about it, like, hi, thank you, Jordan. You said true. Yeah, if you think about it, like in terms of sin, thank you so much for the like, guys. If you think about sins, right? I can't recall like someone saying to me as a child, like, look, if you do this sin, God is not going to be happy with you. I don't recall anything like that. I don't know if you should say that to children. I don't know. I don't know what that child will feel like. Yeah, but I don't recall. There was no spiritual guidance in terms of like someone saying, look, when you get older, you should seek someone that is a believer. There was no communication about these things. There's no guidance spiritually. And I think now with the internet would definitely be a gem to a lot of children growing up now. I think the internet is more of an asset, more of a parent, to a lot of children online. I do watch like YouTube videos where sometimes someone will comment and say, you know what, thank you for doing a video about this because I never had a parent to teach me this, right? It could be basic things, right? Like there was a video online about hygiene and somebody said on there that they was neglected as a child. No parent taught them about basic hygiene. So they said, I really thank you so much for sharing this knowledge because it's really useful. So we don't know what information that we have that could be useful to others around us, is what I'm saying. Guys, I couldn't resist to get a chocolate bar. I couldn't resist. Yeah, so I do feel like it's important to talk about these things, because you never know, like there might be somebody that's really young and their parents are not talking to them about certain topics, and it might save somebody from having sex outside of marriage, just so you know, for example. So because Christians don't really like to talk about the S word, when you don't talk about sins, people are most likely to commit it because there's no communication around it. There's shame, right? So most of these things that people are doing, and people, if you look at the world, right, a lot of people are against some of these sins, right? They're like, oh my gosh, that person alcoholic, that person's sleeping around, that person is, can't say it on here, right? Because I'll get in trouble. But you see, like people are judging that, but no one's ever taught the kids about it, right? They're not telling people, drink within a certain limit. Yeah, I had to research myself that women can't drink a certain amount of drinks, and I read that it can cause infertility. So I remember my friend, she used to drink a lot. She wouldn't stop drinking on a night out. And I literally pulled her for a chat, and I was like, when she was sober, I said, you know that drinking too much alcohol causes infertility. When I told her that, she quit the job in the nightclub, and then before you knew it, she became a mom. And she's got 3 kids now. So when you're talking about the reality of certain things, especially these sins, right? I don't know if she's a believer of God, I'm not sure. But when you talk about you expose these sins, it's actually rescuing people, and it's helping them to see that these things are stagnation. Thank you for the hearts. These things are stagnation, and it can be causing harm to your body. When a woman is sleeping around, she's lowering her value, and if a woman takes the birth control pill, it's very dangerous to her body. By the way, it has big side effects. If a woman has an abortion, it's very dangerous to her body as well. K Don DQ is in the building. Queen Wagwan. Thank you for calling me Queen. Wagwan to you as well. I'll mix it up with the English. Wagwan to you. I'm good. How are you? So communication about these things, side effects are so important. You see women, you know, on the birth control pill, or on the like, not just birth control pill, whatever thing they're using to stop them from getting pregnant. They're damaging their bodies. Abortion is very bad as well. I think one of the side effects of abortion, it can cause infertility for the future. Just so you know. So when you see these women trying to stop themselves from becoming pregnant, it has huge side effects. The morning after pill is a massive one. It causes it's dangerous to the woman's body. But people don't think about this. Is the man respecting you enough to wait until marriage is the question. Because these men are sleeping with women, right, and not using protection. So to talk about it on here, they're not using protection, but do they actually care enough if you got pregnant? So they don't care about you taking birth control pills or whatever. They don't care. It's not their body, so why would they care, right? So make sure if you're sleeping with someone, he actually values you, and he actually does want something in the future, in the long run with you. He's committed to you, right? He cares about your body, he cares about your health and well-being. So when you're actually sleeping with these guys that don't actually care about you, and if you're well tomorrow, you shouldn't be sleeping with them, right? Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Don DQ said me good, everything alright. Everything alright. I'm glad you're good, K Don DQ. Thank you so much for coming back to my live video though. It's been a minute. One second, my food is in the oven. It's been a minute since you've been on my live video, so it's nice to see you back. Thank you so much for like, guys. 5 likes, thank you. One second, guys. Yeah, so my dinner's finished, right? I'm gonna wait for it to cool down a bit. But I just want to say thank you for saying you're welcome. Thank you. It's nice that you're back. It's nice to have you back. So, yeah, sins, it needs to be talked about, right? Sins are here for a reason. They're here for a reason, and they don't have a good side effect, right? And I want to talk about trans, right? We have, this is going to be a difficult topic, but we have children. It's legal in some countries, for children to change their gender through surgery, right? Through, tablets, hormone tablets. That's reminding me I need to take my vitamins today. I need to not forget that. So there's a lot going on in terms of trans, right? And, there's children being a guinea pig for this, right? Where they're actually having surgery, they're changing the gender. And I understand in this world, right, people are free to do what they want to do, right? I'm not here to judge, right? I'm not here to judge. The only reason why I'm bringing up this topic is because, one second. The only reason why I'm bringing up this topic is because I've seen things online where it's actually caused more harm to the child, right? It's caused a lot of harm to the child because from a biological perspective, right? I was watching a video, my favourite psychologist, and he was saying that, the hormones that men and women go through, women's hormones are very different to men, right? Especially emotionally. Women are more emotional. So if a woman is changing to a male, right, they're messing with that, right? And, there's a lot of sources out there, and there's this woman, she became trans, right? And she's doing petitions against it. She's telling people to not do it. She said how it's damaging her body. She said they took her womb away, so now she can't have kids. She doesn't want to be a boy. She wants to be a girl now. And she said like they took everything out, that can make her have a baby, so she can't have a baby now. I'll definitely read your comment in a bit, ASN. But she was saying how, because it's changed her voice. Her voice is deeper, and she said like the professionals that were dealing with her, right? They told her parents, look, once she gets this body change, she's gonna feel better in herself. She's not gonna be depressed anymore. And they lied. It's actually made her more like hate herself more because she doesn't like her body. She says she feels like a freak. So that's why I'm touching on this. We need to start educating each other on these things. Instead of judging people, we need to know the ins and outs of these things that people are doing, ins and outs of alcohol, ins and outs of weed, sleeping around with people, changing your gender. We need to discuss these things at a mature level because people like to go, oh, look at your sin, look at yours. That's not helping the situation. Education is needed here, and mature conversations are needed to waken people up and be like, when you're actually drinking that alcohol, the spirit's going inside your body, right, and influencing you to act in a provocative way, right. People become more sexual when they drink alcohol, right? They become very sexual led, they're like, yes, when you see people under influence, right, you see them like this at you, and they're like, I'm not joking, guys. Look at someone that's had alcohol, they're just suddenly they're looking at you like this. And you're thinking, oh, like, you never looked at me like that before. I don't, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. What, next time you see someone drunk, right? And that if they're opposite gender to you and you smile at them, watch them be like, I'm not joking, guys. I am not joking. This is not a joke. This is not a joke, right? Would they really behave like that if they were sober, right? And then people say, "Oh, drink just makes you leaves," excusing it. They're not telling you the real truth about what's going on, what is actually in that drink that's making you behave that way. Let's read ASN's comment. If you can choose your pronouns, can I choose my adjectives? From now on, you can only refer to me as beautiful and smart. Anything else you will be. I like your humour. I actually like your humour. Okay, you're beautiful and smart. ASN, that's your adjective. So you kind of lose your mind when you're drunk and when you're under. I haven't smoked weed before, but I'm sure when you smoke weed and I don't know, maybe you guys know what happens to you when you smoke weed. I don't know, but it might be the same as alcohol. I don't know, but it's just, you see the crime levels go up when people are under these influences. Oh, you smoke weed. I don't know what happens to some people when they smoke weed. Not you personally, but I don't know the effects of everybody. And my logic is as sound as calling myself a woman. I pay privately for medical. See, that's different. No, that's different because it's medical. But there's people that just it's smoking, for the fun of it. Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to wrap this video up now because I have to get my dinner ready. It's the same drug. I understand. Apparently, weed wasn't meant to be smoked though. I heard that it was meant to be taken in a different way because it's meant to be a herb. Apparently, medical and non-medical cannabis is the same. Oh, okay, I understand. I don't really know much about it, to be honest. I'm just going by what people have told me. Yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up because I'm going to get my food sorted because I do need to eat. 1 second. Well, I might go on live later. What's for dinner? Kate on DQ TV said. I'm literally eating a frozen meal. It's literally fish cod, fries, and green mushy peas. It's literally like a ready-made meal, just frozen. I didn't want to cook tonight because it was too late. It's too late to cook. My number 1 spot was taken. I was summoned. I'm so sorry, Angry as Hellfish. Weed is harmless but is used to marginalise black people in America. Weed is not harmless for some people. Some people do go off the rails when they smoke weed. I've seen it before, but I don't know enough about weed to know what other effects it has on people. It actually does mess with some people where they actually lose their head. Never take my number 1 spot. Oh, you talk about top fans, Angry as Hellfish. I didn't realise. Lee said, respect your right medicine to drink. Oh my gosh, sorry. To drink if you're sick, but kills your dream in end. I'm trying quiet. What do you mean, Lee? Lee said, respect your right medicine to drink if you're sick. Drink if you're sick. Do you mean like alcohol? What kills your dreams in end? I'm trying quiet. So you drink alcohol then, Lee? Angry as Hell said, I took weed, so I can tell you they didn't go off the rails because of weed. I'd advocate for it 20 years. Not everyone's the same. No, not everyone's the same. So my mom said to me, she actually said, Tanya, if you ever smoke weed, you'd go crazy because she knows what I'm like sober. I can have a bit of a outburst, right? So she's like, Tanya, never smoke weed because you'll be crazy. Angry Zell said, what do you want to know about it? I'm not sure. Make me a plate and set up candlelight. Make me a plate and set up candlelights. We're going to have a romantic dinner. A romantic dinner tonight. You ready to sweep me off my feet? What do I want to know about weed? Nothing in particular. I was just mentioning it a bit. Biggest killer of dreams is weed. You don't dream. It affects everyone, but some people more higher tolerance to it. Lee, I like your point. Biggest killer of dreams. Yeah. Yes. I resonate with that. It affects everyone, but some people more higher tolerance to it. We've got a conflicting opinion here. So we've got ASN is believing that weed doesn't affect people in the way, right? And Obviously, my opinion is saying that it does, right? But I'm going to accept all opinions. I'm not here to say I'm right or wrong, right? Everyone's opinion is welcome. Oh yeah, if you ain't good with that stuff, we'd take you off your ish. That actually made me laugh, ish. Tanya, she is wrong. I'm not usually one to disagree. Weed is harmless if you're over 35 in age and smoke in moderation. I'm personally not going to do it personally. If it's medical reasons, then yeah, that's different. But I understand you said she's wrong, but because she said that, I'm going to listen to her. Because she knows what I'm like personally. She knows what I'm like. So she probably thought, Tanya, just no. Oh, 20, over the age of 25 in age. Sorry, you said 25, not 35. Yeah, I have a really high tolerance for weed. I literally just took weed. I'm still chilling. I hear you guys. Right, guys, we're going to wrap this up now. I appreciate all feedback from both of you. I'll keep it in mind, ASN. I'm not disregarding your opinion. I still keep it in mind. So that helped me to have a balanced argument in the future. Nothing more than an attempt to marginalise. Okay, but it don't send me delulu, but it does for some people. Okay, I get you, fish. I get you, fish. No, it doesn't look like you're angry. I always appreciate like all opinions. Obviously we live in a world where we don't know who's right or wrong. It's all down to your own perspective. I resonate more with Liam Fish, purely because it kind of backs up the point of my mum saying don't smoke it. But I'm not saying that you are wrong, ASM, because there could be some truth to what you're saying as well. So I know you don't come across as angry. Don't worry. I don't get offended very easy. The Adam Ruins Weed videos has facts. I suggest watching it. To be honest, this whole topic of weed doesn't really affect me in any way because I'm not gonna smoke it anyway. I'm not allowed to smoke. My mum's trained me to not smoke at all. I haven't smoked a cigarette in my life. I'm not allowed to smoke. She set that rule as a kid. I'm not gonna betray her trust by doing it. Regardless if me and my mum are on good terms or not, I'm not gonna smoke. She's raised me that way. So I'm not gonna smoke weed anyway, guys. So this topic doesn't affect me either way. No, it don't look like you're me, Liam Fisher. That's my brother. Put on a nice dress. I'm on my way. Ah. Kaidon, DQ is on his way to sweep up my feet, guys. Should I wear a red dress or a black dress? Red dress or a black dress? It sounds like confirmation bias. I see why you would see it that way, ASN. I'm angry fish. Liam Fish is my brother. I'm so sorry that Liam Fish has been cooked. Take it from me. I smoke it and trying to leave it alone. I hear you, Lee. I hear you. But bear in mind, ASN is taking it from a medical aspect, so it makes sense from a medical way. But if you're doing it casually, I'm not going to touch. I won't be able to touch it anyway. I'm not allowed. Hesty B Orders, how are you? How are you? Oh my gosh, you was on my live last night. Did you have fun? How are you today? Oh my gosh, I am hanging a bit. I'm not going to lie. How many likes did you end up with? I ended up with 14 likes. Asen said, don't smoke. If you never did, there's not much point. Yeah, I'm not going to smoke because she's raised me that way. So discussions like this has no effect on me, like who's right or wrong, because I'm not going to do it either way. But if it was harmful, I couldn't buy it as a medicine in England. I'm just worried. Lady in red is dancing with me. Got red. You guys are so funny. I'm on my way too, so I can go in. I want to be your pet. Oh, that's so cute. Fish, that's really cute, guys. I do need to go. I need to eat, guys. I smoked it for 15 years before being prescribed it. The same stuff I buy medicines, the same stuff I buy on the streets. Yeah, but I understand ASM, but your brain probably can tolerate it better than somebody else, right? If you give it to somebody that's a bit psycho, right, and they take weed, they're gonna go psychotic. Take Catania State also. Thank you for being here, ASM, because you don't usually have time to come on my lives. Great idea. Guys, be quick with your comments. I'm going to do a countdown now. I do need to go because my food's getting cold. I would do top fans, but it might be too long to read. I don't know if I can read these. Number 1 is The Real ASN. Number 2 is Angry Fishman. Number 3 is AP. Number 4 is K-Don DQ TV. Number 5 is Lee. Number 6 is VA. Number 7 is Gabby. Number 8 is STB Audits. And number 9 is Jordan Star. Well done, guys. I'm usually here just lurking and editing. See if it gave me time to chat. That's amazing. Okay, guys, I gotta go. So 10. Thank you for the likes, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, anyone that just watched this video back, I appreciate you. If you feel like you want me to do more topics on sins, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, guys, I do need to go. I'm going now. See you all. Thank you all for being here as well. Well, I need to go. I'm starving. It's after 11 now. I need to eat. See you guys. Ciao. I'll come on live later tonight. See you guys.